Oh, yes.
So I need to determine when I can take when I need to take capacity first versus when I'm taking capacity second. But we're always need to click capacity at least once. Okay. So for this run, we have a Selene Acolyte. We've got 2 Moon Pixies and Perils of Production. We can find quick for our Selene Acolyte. I think we'll be in a really good state. Ooh. These are both really good. I think I'm going to take Abandon Entumbra and hope that we hit Gorge. We hit the Gorge. Okay. There's the Glutton. Shoot. That last run had a lot of potential. We were very close. We've got double Perils. I mean, starting with Perils is also very helpful. Selene Acolyte's very tricky because this 5 health really bites. Pyre Dampener's like a big choice. But this is a Strial of the Lost, which I think is very, very beatable. It's interesting that this Penumbra only has Lifesteal 2 as a flat effect. So it's not Lifesteal that is like coming back, it's just he's got 2 chances, and that's how he works. The Selene Acolyte's a little difficult to manage initially. I think once we get a capacity upgrade, we do like tank, Selene Acolyte, Pixie, Pixie. This becomes a really, really good sweep floor. I mean, Penumbra top floor is probably the way to play Penumbra, just every single time. In the long term, we want Mageblade to be online, but to start with, we probably don't need it. Just having a 10 damage sweep unit is probably good enough. So we just need to make sure we're ending on full to get that sweep. And apart from that, we just need to feed this guy as much as we can. Let's see if I've got spare feed. Where's that going? I guess we'll do this. Oh man, having a Moon Pixie with what's his face has got to be crazy. With the other Umbra leader. Okay, so we Moon Ritual here. We'll probably Moon Ritual on this floor, so it helps the Mageblade. Throw some shade. I could possibly throw down the other Spear Steward. No, we can't. We don't have space for him. I made my choice already. Shield Steward's looking pretty bad. Oh, I guess we're just getting clobbered on this floor. And I have precisely nothing I can say about that. Let's make sure we're building up other floors then, I guess. This is going to be a huge conduit floor, and we have no cards that care. Doesn't really matter. So we definitely need some cards to scale up with our spell casting. Let's find them. I just don't want to play anything here, so he moves up with his full sap. There's not much reason to play that. Once again, I want him to move up with all of his sap stacks if possible. I'm gonna check for an attacker. No. I could clear out his Forsaken. I think I want to do that. So this is gonna cause him to lose a lot of sap stacks. It is a difficult choice. But I think we're good for the fight. I think we've gorged enough to win. Yes, he's down to sap 1. He's attacking at his regular value, but we've got this. Okay, get more morsels. generally like a lot of this stuff. Let me go with packed morsels. Our gorge trigger is like we want it to go really hard. We want it to go very often. Between these, I think Starstruck is the better card because Days Axis is really good. Let's see. I want upgrades for the Selene Acolyte, so we're probably preferring Steel. So we get 1 Steel, 1 Magic. Let's do it. We've got a Large Stone, Dual Stone. I like Large Stone a lot for the Selene Acolyte because it fixes its health problem. Might make it a little harder to play tanks in front of him, but I think it's really good. And we can pick up a Morsel Maker. I like that a lot. So we get the Large Stone Selene Acolyte. I don't really need upgrades for the Morsel Maker. We've got Savagery. We might want to focus on getting Starstruck to a point where it can Daze Lock Savagery. Let me see. So with the Selene Acolyte having health now, we can probably just play Moon Pixies on that floor. We still need to find Quick for it, either through equipment or over here, through like a Quickstone. I can take a Purge. We've got a lot of space occupied in our car right now. Cars. All the cars. Yeah, we can take -1 draw, it's fine. I'd also like a healing card for the Acolyte as well. Top floor is going to handle itself for a bit. We can open up with some Shade Splitters for the Acolyte too. Do this so we can get this out of the deck. We need to go to Full Moon. Do I want to feed the Acolyte or get Moon Pixies out? I think I want to Shade Splitter for the Acolyte. Make sure it stays alive. More than I want to give it Conduit to hit harder. Man, that last run was goofy. Just like, oh, Fanning the Flames, look. I've never had Fanning the Flames, like, even offered first floor. To have it in the starting deck is so crazy. Let's see. We'll go for the Shade Splitters here. We don't have space to put in the packed morsels, so I'm just not gonna bloat my deck with morsels right now. Okay, we want to do this. We want to daze you for a round. We are sweeping out those other guys. And then I think we... the Antumbra, and it looks like we win bottom car now. So we can technically get away with that too. Ha! Naturally, Large Stone very strong early. Okay, so we're looking for double stack Starstruck if possible. Do we ever want Crucible Extension here? We might be able to get like Crucible Extension with some discounts or things like that. I don't know if it's good though. Mind Collapse is really good with Conduit. I'm gonna take Mind Collapse because with Conduit it becomes an energy cheat. Bloody Moon is the other thing. See, I don't think we're taking Gravity here necessarily. I have mixed feelings about Gravity. Like, because it's pretty much just for targeting enemies. You can it's difficult to use on your own units. Maybe if I had a revenge setup on another faction. I often like Bloody Moon. How do we feel about Bloody Moon here? I don't think I need it if I have a sweep unit, if I can get quick on the sweep unit. So once I get quick on the sweep unit, it probably becomes just like junk excess. Celestial Storm needs upgrades to be good, and taking it with a Calcified Ember is like 2 steps back. So I'm just gonna move on. I do need to pull more cards because we're on Pyre of Entropy, and if I don't pull more cards, I'm gonna wind up, what's it? I'm gonna wind up drawing nothing but corruptions. I would probably like another Luna Coven unit. We have no really good units on our second floor. Merchants of Magic can help us out with our Starstruck stuff. But the Merchant of Arms could help me find Quick for our Sweeper. We do have a Merchant of Steel. Like, we have 2 more Merchant of Steel options coming up to help us find that Quick. Let's try and see what we can do for our magic. I like a Silent Sentinel here. Gets us a better tank for the second floor. Intrinsic Holdover, meh. There's a possible argument for Holdover Starstruck, but I think I'm looking for Double Stack or Spell Chain instead. Let me see. Holdover Perils gets us half of the, what's it called? This is half of the Our Energy Doesn't Matter combo, so I want to go for that. So we're going for Holdover Spellchain Perils. We're holding out for Double Stack on Starstruck. I think the rest of this is card removes. So I've got a decent amount of chaff to remove. We need at least 2 more card removes, and with our current configuration, Shade Splitter is a pretty weak card as well. Although we are drawing a lot of cards. I think we might be picking Capacity this run. Which I don't usually do. But if we can get another upgrade onto Perils, we never have to worry about our energy. And then I can pick Ember Drain cards freely. If I'm going capacity, taking Hef's Hammer is overkill and then some. It doesn't do very much for me initially. So I can get the 3rd floor or the 1st floor boiler room. I'm getting a lot of kills on the 1st floor. Boiler room is pretty strong, sets me up to get big X cards. The other thing here is if I take the Hef's Hammer and I put the Hef's Hammer on a Sweeper, that car becomes immense. And then I can do some cool stuff with that too. So do I want the energy of the boiler room, or do I want to sweep with a Hef's Hammer? Let's do Hef's Hammer sweeping for now. I think this is a little easier to pop off with. Hef's Hammer sweeping right now gives us the option of playing a tank in front of our Sweeper and then supplementing it with Moon Pixies, even before we get the capacity upgrade. I think I need to go with just the Selene Acolyte initially so that I can bring out the Morsel Maker, and we'll have to play these later when this room is expanded, and when I have more energy. It's mostly about the energy. Okay, so this is the Siphon Archeon. We're already on full moon, so that's good. The second car is the Junk car. We can go new moon, full moon. Let's do this for now. The extra 20 attack from the Hef's Hammer is obviously still is obviously also useful. I don't have any phase manipulation in hand to get the sweep back. That's pretty annoying. We're also not killing here, but oh well. I guess sometimes that's the hand you get. I could Mind Collapse here, but it feeds his Siphon, so I'm less interested in trying to do that. I think we just run out a bunch of morsels and weirdly feed them to this Spear Steward. This is like a why not thing. Yeah, that floor is what it is. We do have a full moon now. A Starstruck Archeon. Because anytime I can, I'm going to do that. Let's see. We're on full moon, so I'm not playing the moon ritual. I'm going to start Peril's Holdovering. Let me do this right now for the Rage 3, which gets us an extra Slay. And then we can start really packing that floor. Looks like we're probably hitting the live button on the Silent Sentinel here. We're going to give Archeon a lot to work with. We don't have our life steals anymore either. It just is what it is. Plonk. We can bring in the first Moon Pixie. And I think I'm going to start eating on this floor as much as I can. It's a question of where we're playing Perils. I think we usually want to keep Perils in the same unit. I don't have a great reason for why or why not. Oh. Okay, now we're getting the full slays. Okay, we're clearing the train. So Archeon's getting Rage 12. But we're not letting him attack. Does it really matter how much rage he has if he can't do anything with it? Good question. I want to start feeding on this floor pretty actively. Keep scaling there. Spare morsels go here for now. And we stay on full moon. We're going to give him another 12 rage, which is generally not advised. But I can play, like, extra bullshit in front. We want to be on new moon. This is a case where we're doing everything possible to tank for extra rounds. So the first one gets to block. Any extra morsels we play just get eaten. We would go for health or lifesteal if it was present. We have 1 damage shield. We would go for damage shield if it was an option too. We've got only 20 damage, which doesn't quite kill the Sycophant. Bummer. So these guys just start scaling the next floor. We only got 1 Moon Pixie out for the Mage Slayer, or Mage Blade. Mage Blade, not Mage Slayer. We are the Mage. Okay. We got 4 hits with our Crazy Sweeper, so we should certainly be killing Archeon on top floor. Once again, we're blocking Archeon with morsels. We're giving him a daze, which means we can't block with a morsel, but we'll block with a Moon Pixie. Same diff. And there is a damage shield, which the Moon Pixie will eat, but it still counts. That's fine. Yeah, we're good to go here. Plonk. Okay, so we're definitely taking yellow. Luna Cycle Staff is really good on our sweeper if we can get a quick sweeper, but we've already got Hef's Hammer on the sweeper, and I think that's there to stay. So this could be Shroud Mitosis because it helps us scale Penumbra. This is probably Shroud Mitosis to help scale Penumbra. I don't really want a Shadow Eater second floor. I wouldn't mind taking a second Silent Sentinel. If we got something like a Wretch, then maybe, because then our morsel production could be just really, really incredible. Maybe we leave the top floor up to the Morsel Maker, and we take Shadow Eater because he's a good receptacle for overflow morsels. Let me do that. and we're taking Heaven's Light. Our deployment's going to be a little rough as we keep going, but we're going to be able to fill out our cars pretty well. We're definitely taking Merchant of Steel here. The fact that it comes with the Forgotten Boons is also really nice. We have a Swift Steel Dagger choice. I'm going to take it partially because it's just better than these other two cards. The other choice here is possibly the Enchanted Chamber, which does help with our Mage Blade, but Enchanted Chamber is strictly inferior to Planetarium for doing the same job. We're not seeing Quickstone, so that means we might need to be using Swift Steel Dagger to get the Quick. We might try to merge the Swift Steel Dagger with the Hef's Hammer at some point. That's also a pretty cool play if we can do it. I think we're taking Titanstone here onto the Silent Sentinel to make it a better tank. And since we have the car capacity from Heaven's Light, I can also take a Large Stone onto the same boy. With 90 health and his ability, with 90 health, Titanite, and the Spell Slam healing himself, he's probably going to keep that car on lockdown. I'm pretty comfortable taking a Heartstone onto Shadow Eater as well. I think this tends to be a good upgrade to do. So we still want to find, ideally, a Quickstone for the Selene Acolyte, because I don't know if I want to necessarily rely on equipment to take care of that. But we might want to see this Merchant of Magic instead. We can definitely get away with what we have right now. It's a Merchant of Arms in this ring that can allow us to merge the equipment together and set it to deployable. At that point, I will have 4 obligatory deployment energy kind of set up. And that is basically deploying nothing but the Selene Acolyte and Penumbra. Bummer. We want to take a card purge here. So I still have a lot of junk, right? I still had a Spear Steward at least. There's still a Shield Steward in here, which is also junk, but we do have a Pyre of Entropy. We're just glutton maxing this whole run. With our glutton at the top floor, we're actually not in too bad a spot to take this Heaven Seal, and I definitely need the money to hit a couple important upgrades. Yeah, I think I need the Morsel Maker more than I need to get either of these guys out in the first round. Now, Pyre of Entropy's gotten us up to 8 card draw per turn. That is going to help us hit some of our targets faster. Calcified Ember is going to be a little annoying to start with. Get the Moon Pixie out. We're already on full moon. And Tumber Morsel goes here. Let's see. Is it a Starstruck to take less damage right now? I don't really need to make her quick while I have a big tank in front of her. She doesn't need to be quick until we're dealing with Savagery. Once we're on Savagery, she needs to be quick because I need to kill the assassins before they attack. I think it's Shade Splitter here. I think I can be greedy. Go for more Gorge scaling. His 41 attack is not enough right now to deal with what's incoming. Moon Ritual here. I probably need to start perilsing him now. He's going to pick up another 4 times 9, 45 attack, plus his own Gorge that'll trigger 5 times. Actually, he might be swinging hard enough by the time this guy gets to him. That's just spare. We can play the Shade Splitters, then Mind Collapse to remove the Vengeful Shard. Mind Collapse on a Conduit floor is really cool. Very helpful. I think we just play this out. The question is whether or not we need to perils him for Rage. I'm drawing 8 out of 13 cards to find the other perils. And if I don't find the perils, I have 1 energy next turn. I think that's acceptable. Oh, I'm eating rubble morsels here, so I'll be at 2 energy. Now, we're not killing him by a very unfortunate margin. Swift Steel Dagger gets us a bit closer. Not all the way. I definitely need to play the Silent Sentinel here. That's non-negotiable. Go to Full Moon and stay there. This is really annoying. It's probably the Swift Steel Dagger on Penumbra here, but I'm just 9 damage short, and I have no extra card draw tricks to help me get out of that. I'm also not picking up this Collector, which always bums me out, missing Collectors. These guys are serious. Like, the gold over the course of the run from Collectors, it's like, what, 300 gold over the run? 200, 300? Well, that's what we take for the challenge. We're not leaking any more units because now Penumbra's scaled up, but like, ouch. That was really obnoxious. Shadow Eater can accept any remaining morsels we can't fit in. I need to play these Vengeful Shards because now my health is a concern again. Ooh, a Miner. I probably focus on buffing the Shadow Eater over my bottom floor units. We need to be on the right thingamajig. These two actually kind of take care of themselves and scale up decently. Just on, like, the conduit scaling. Shroud Mitosis is pretty sweet. Before I perils you, we Mind Collapse. Make sure we're energy cheating to the maximum. Even though it's pretty unnecessary to do so. Further Hef's Hammer Slays don't matter. Pretty sure I just click this button, and then we use Perils to play the Calcified Ember of the Vengeful Shard. And we're, oh, we're not killing Kel. Not immediately. Alright. I guess I might have to pay attention in other places. Wait, are we not killing him because it's New Moon? So we go Full Moon, New Moon, Full Moon? Okay, we're closer, but we're still not killing him. Oh, it's because our conduit units corrupt out, and that makes us lose like 50 of our Mage Blade attack. Let's see. If I throw some morsels down here, we might just win off of the Shadow Eater's effect. It gets close. Ooh, that's real close. Okay, you lose. I'll take the funny kill. Ooh, Feast is probably good, right? Like, I think Feast is pretty cool. We've shown that we're decent at dealing with Calcified Ember. We definitely have the space to play Ember Forge as well. The thing is, Ember Forge doesn't really help us outside of the early turns, and it's not deployable. Because once we've drawn into Perils of Production, we don't need this anymore. So I'm gonna take Feast. It's definitely not Crucible Extension. Ooh, there's the Planetarium. Yeah, Planetarium's really strong here. Magic or Steel. So Steel might let me find Quick, which means I don't need to worry about combining stuff. There's no Merchant of Arms here. We do get to see Merchant of Arms before Kale. It is competing with my Pyre Remains, which I might want to see, given that I took a lot of damage that last fight. You always know when you click on Heavenly Seal Challenge that it might mess you up. So magic upgrades can upgrade my Starstruck once again. Like, gonna bring that up again, because I think Starstruck might let us, like, slap Eternus. I think we go Merchant of Magic here because the Starstruck upgrades and the Perils upgrades are both a very big deal. Yeah, let's probably just aim to solve the quick issue with the Merchant of Arms and skip the Pyre Remains. Yeah, I think this is stronger. We could take another planetarium. I don't think I care about another planetarium. Equalizing Ring is always pretty cool for Shadow Eater. I was actually thinking about Equalizing Ring a little bit when I bumped his health to 70. So I'll take that. Intrinsic, Permafrost, Consume. So Intrinsic Starstruck is a thought because it means that we're getting Starstruck on turn 1 against Seraph. And I believe your turn 1 is always a full moon. So I think I'll take that for that reason. The other thought here is we could do like an Intrinsic Perils, but we really, really want this to be Spell Chain. Like, we want this to be Spell Chain bad enough that I'm considering re-rolling for Spell Chain instead of taking the Intrinsic. Because it's a really, really big deal whether or not we have that. Let me just do that. There it is. Spell Chain Perils. Okay. So I'm still looking for Stackstone Starstruck. I've never played that before, but it seems good. What else might we want? So naturally, the -1 cost Emberstone is cool. It's always nice to throw that on a couple odd spells. I think I could do that on Shroud Mitosis and feel pretty good about it. I'm thinking about Holy Stone, but I don't think there's anything I can do that's really cool with Holy Stone, except for maybe Mind Collapse. So if we get like a big energy hack Mind Collapse, this might help patch us together. And we are planning on skipping this Pyre Remains, so I think I'm going to do that. I don't know how often we're able to use that, but it might be cool. Umbra unit check. We have the space for Shadow Siege, right? Because we've got 7-tile floors. I don't know if we ever get to play him. But I kind of want to see if I can. Perils of Production means we can just play him when we find him. I need to try him. It bothers me that this dude doesn't have trample, but whatever. I also know that he is the funniest Smidgestone user who you ever did see. I have to click this, but this could go so badly. I need the money. But it makes our deployment rather pathetic. I think we skip the Morsel Maker and we play it like this. Do I need quick sweeps this round? Let me do this first of all. That's an easy thought. I'm gonna set this up. I don't think I need quick sweeps this round. I think I only need quick sweeps for... I think I only need quick sweeping on Seraph. Do we send it on the Perils? I don't think I can send it on the Perils this early. So we'll do a mild Perils. Does let me remove the Ember. I don't want to redraw this. And I do need to make sure that the number is ready to kill pretty soon. We don't get to play Shadow Siege right away. Shadow Siege is such a goofy card. Rubble Morsel Shroud Mitosis this early on is pretty helpful for our energy balance. We need to go to New Moon, obviously. I don't think we need to play this Starstruck. I think we can just Shade Splitter. Oh, no room? It's fine, we'll play it here. So this Mind Collapse, I believe, doesn't get me any entropy health, but it does give me more energy to play the Vengeful Shard. Yeah, no health. No Pyre health. don't know why I said entropy health, but I guess it would be health for my pyre of entropy. It's just not usually like the way I think about that. Oh, you had to show up there? You loser. Well, we're sending it on perils from here on out. So this is our big energy turn. First of all. Well, this is our first big energy turn. We're on big energy for pretty much the rest of this run. Really bothers me that I'm not killing this Fallen Executioner. I could play a Moon Pixie up here to get him. I think. We need 5 more damage. I mean, if I change Penumbra to Hef's Hammer, that does kill him. So I'm just going to do that. Though it means I'm like -1 equipment. But the Moon Pixies definitely need to hang out here whenever they can. I'm only going to get the 1 Moon Pixie down here. This is a really bitter Hef's Hammer, but I really don't want to take another 6 pyre damage. It's what we call in the business bad. And the Equalizing Rings here. This is also a good Equalizing Rings play. Actually, this Feast... I forgot this Feast triggers Gorge. Well, we get the Collector. I was not doing the Gorge map. I might not have needed to play the Hef's Hammer up top, but I'm going to stick with it. I don't have the means of killing 2 units up top, do I? I probably need to play the Shadow Eater here, even though it prevents me from playing Shadow Siege this fight. Gotta maximize our buddy Penumbra. I don't get to play more Moon Pixies here, so I might as well play him over here. We need to go Full Moon. And I've got nowhere to put this unit, so we're moving on. Hef's Hammer on Penumbra does mean he gets to eat more, but, like, whatever. We do this, we play as many units up here as possible before we Shroud Mitosis, right? Shroud Mitosis is 3 copies, so when we have 4 units on the floor, this is already optimized. Because we hit the 7 unit limit, and one of our copies even doesn't get to come out. We go to Full Moon, and that should be turn. Yep. How are we doing against Quoto? Are we meeting our Quotoa? That's bad. That's really bad. No, we're not killing him here. In theory. No, we're still not getting him. Alright. Chomp. That Feast does nothing. But yeah, we've got this fight pretty cleanly. It was an annoying fight. I had to do some of my like suboptimal. Ooh, actually, hey, we get a big Mind Collapse play this way. Let's see. Every Vengeful Shard is -1 health. It's still the same. Like, think about that for a moment, but we're fine. That's a good 7 Pyre health. Cool. I don't think there's a chance we draw it again. I guess there's a chance we draw it. We're pulling 6 more cards. Because we're not killing him this floor. This floor is pathetic. Perils, perils. Morsel, perils. I'm going through the motions as like training here. There's no reason for Oh! I got to play him. He was a mascot for that fight. Hey, I'm here too. Do we want to cannibalize? So cannibalize is often something that helps us, like, just generate more goddamn morsels, and we like that. That is pretty helpful. We have an option for lunacy. So if I had moon cycle effects, I would be a lot more excited about lunacy. Like, X cost for X conduit is not very good. Hexcalation is definitely bad for us. Glittering Draught is okay. 1 energy for 4 conduit is kind of good. And we can see, obviously, like, 1 energy for 4 conduit versus 1 energy for 1 conduit. One of these is a better rate. The argument for lunacy is that we're good at energy cheating, and we might be able to play like a 7-cost lunacy, which, again, I would like a lot more if I had a moon cycle effect. Let me take the Glittering Draught for a spot heal. The healing off of this obviously also scales with conduit, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna do the equipment combining thing I was talking about. It's like, if I had Luna Cycle Staff with Lunacy, that'd be pretty good. And if you can get Luna Cycle Staff with the quick unit, with the sweep, that's pretty cool. The Hef's Hammer play is already better. I mean, we would do this if we didn't have a Hef's Hammer. But since we have a Hef's Hammer, we're going to do Hef's Hammer things. Merge those. We make them deployable. Meat Shield is decent equipment for our Silent Sentinel. That's actually pretty rad. And our Silent Sentinel's not necessarily the guy who's going to pick up the equalizing rings, so I think I'll take this. I mean, there's a couple units that the Meat Shield works on. I don't feel compelled to reroll here. I already have a good room for my bottom floor. The other rooms I can find don't help me very much. Because the other Luna room doesn't matter. I have none of the units that work with it. We don't have any Umbra rooms because we're not patched yet. Whenever the patch comes out, then we can care about that. We don't want Inferno room, so the questions are, do we want, like, Spell Sanctum? Do we want a top floor Silence room? Spell Sanctum's probably not good enough, is what I'm sitting on right now. Like, is there a case where we really want Spell Sanctum? And I don't think there is. Because, like, getting discounts on Shade Splitters and Shroud Mitosis is okay, but it doesn't help us enough. And of course, Moon Ritual can't be discounted. Like, it doesn't help us enough for me to feel like I need to drop 3 energy to do, like, a Spell Sanctum turn. Do we need to card purge? I can remove the Shield Steward. It is in the way. So, in the next 2 rungs, I'm probably taking the Pyre Remains in one of these. I'm probably comfortable taking both Merchants of Magic here. I have a lot of magical upgrades to do. I don't need this Merchant of Arms, so I'm not checking this Unstable Vortex. So the only case where I get an Unstable Vortex is this Merchant of Steel on the right-hand side. And Merchant of Steel does help because I can get a second upgrade on my Selene Acolyte, second upgrade on my Shadow Eater, possible upgrades on my Shadow Siege. All of those are pretty exciting. So I think I do want to go for that Merchant, for the Merchant of Steel. As for my magic upgrades, I've already hit all my Perils upgrades. Perils is pretty great. It's performing well. Starstruck is the card I would be looking to upgrade, and Starstruck does help immensely. The big question that I'm grappling with now is, how does Penumbra survive turn 1 against Seraph? And I think the answer is we put a morsel in front of him until he can actually scale. And that's perfectly acceptable as an answer. I think I am going for this Unstable Vortex, so I don't need to pay for this card remove. It's a lot of, like, Mental run around. Oh my good, I could pack Shadow Siege in a box. I could put Shadow Siege inside of a Jack in the Box. It's really funny. That's really goddamn funny. Whew, I mean, we do that, right? Like, so the argument for not doing that is that large mystery box could make me like Forge Spike or some other things like Forge Tap. It can make me Furnace Tap or some other like big Ember Drain cards that I haven't found in draft that are very, very strong. It's never the... I don't think it's ever the small gift box here, because I don't think there are spells we benefit from removing the consume on the small gift box on, and we don't have many chances to hit something fancy here. So of course, the reason why it might not be Jack in the Box here is it prevents us from doing like a multi-strike upgrade on Shadow Siege. The other thing it could be here is we could put some bad stuff into, like, the small gift box and then card remove it at the vortex. So we could vortex ourselves out of, like, some Shade Splitters. But I think when I have Pyre of Entropy, like, that kind of play is less interesting to me. I'm drawing so many cards anyway. Because I'm going to be on 10 card draw per turn when I hit the Titans. We still get through our deck in 4 turns. What are our upgrade hits? If we hit Dualism, it probably goes for a Moon Pixie. If we hit Titan Skin, it probably goes to Shadow Eater. If we hit Quick, it goes to Selene Acolyte. If we hit Multi-Strike, it probably goes to Shadow Siege. Eternal Stone is a miss. So everything else has a place. If we take the Jack in the Box and we hit Eternal Stone, we can cannibalize our Jack in the Box to replay it to print Shadow Sieges. I have to take this. It's too dumb. It's just too crazy to not take. Unfortunately, I have to put a Shield Steward in there, which is like a miss, but everything else is great. So now, now we don't have a Titan Skin hit, and now we don't have a multi-strike hit. But our other stuff is more hilarious, and I forgot we haven't even fought Kale yet. I forgot how early in the run we technically are. Alright. We kind of have to start with this, right? Ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum-bum. Okay, let's see. Oh, cool, I have Feast, so I can do, like, Morsel Jeweler, Shroud Mitosis, Feast to start. And I'm going to do a Perils on him as well. So that I have all the energy to do all my bullshit this round. Planetarium. Let's see, Starstruck you too. I can either save myself a damage shield or save myself 6 damage. I'll save myself 6 damage, I guess. Now, actually, Glittering Draught is a consume card. I can get it out of the deck and get 8 attack in exchange. Ta-da! Shadow Siege. Oh, it's Goof Troop. It's so good. Perils. Perils. Morsel. Silent Sentinel. Moon Ritual to Full Moon. We could do Shade Splitters here, but I think this is Mind Collapse 7 for the health. It's only to enemies. There's nothing I can slay with it. Give me the health. I think the health is better than the morsels here, because I think like once I think Shadow Siege is like just... I think between Shadow Siege and Penumbra and the Selene Acolyte, we're probably very safe for this fight. So focusing on building up more energy, more health, I think is fine. It occurs to me that I have no multi-strike units to like help me scale. I do hope I find Furnace Tap. Full, new, full, excuse me. One Rebel Morsel up here. One down here. I think I am taking size again after this fight, which is crazy. I've never done that before, but it will help me feed Penumbra more. This is a useless unit that I can now cannibalize. I think we're just playing Vengeful Shards for the most part here. We are actually full-blown, like, overcapped. So even if I had another space upgrade here, it wouldn't matter. Another space upgrade up here would matter. I would be able to feed Penumbra more, because there are only 5 units on this floor. Okay. I mean, like, actually taking energy only matters until I get the Ember Drain card in hand, which happens within the first 4 turns, no matter what I do. But Meat Shield on you since you're tanking. Equalizing Rings over there, because it makes you do 70 damage. It's pretty good. There might occasionally be turns where I miss a Moon Cycle and don't get to sweep. That might be a concern. Alright, we packed morsels here because it gives us better quality morsels, in theory. Lifesteal for you, health for you, do this. Oh, there's still more space. Okay, that's where we end up. I really hope I can get, like, multiplied Shadow Sieges. It sounds so adorable. It's like we Mind Collapse up for 6 and then take 3. Oh wow, we hit a Shroud Mitosis and a Feast. So, I have to Shroud Mitosis first. Otherwise, it wouldn't fit. A unit actually got through. Huh. What a champion. Oh, we're killing here. I just need to play these then. Oh, I forgot to switch over to, wow, I was winning on New Moon. It was like, oh, I forgot to switch to Full Moon. But wait, I was already winning. I guess we can even give him his, shields and we win. Ooh, okay, Tidal Turning and Umberstone are both very strong. I'm pretty sure it's the Umberstone here, because, I mean, we've got a couple different units to possibly pick up Trample on in a very strong way. I remember that Trample Sweep has a dumb interaction, but yeah, there's a couple things. Yep, Heaven's Light again. Scale Umber more. Merchant of Steel. Yep, take the Gorge for plus 15. Thank you very much. We got the multi-strike and the Titanite, so we kind of missed. I'll take this for one of my Moon Pixies. I don't think I have Titanite or multi-strike receptive units anymore. We can multi-strike the Selene Acolyte, actually. It's pretty good. Like, this does get the Selene Acolyte to a point where it might start, like, soloing the game. Re-rolling. Well, there's the quick for the Selene Acolyte, too, but we get dualism for one of the Moon Pixies. Makes him go pretty hard. Gonna get some damage shield security for something. Do we put this on the Jack-in-the-Box? I mean, the Jack-in-the-Box never really gets into danger. Sure. That preserves the Moon Pixie if we ever, like, miss a sweep turn. I mean, honestly, these picks were kind of bummer. Kind of a bummer. In a lot of ways. So the Heartstone almost never helps. This does not make the difference between life or death for almost any unit. Yeah, there's nothing we get out of that. We're moving on. We didn't get the Eternal Stone. We were better off not picking the Jack-in-the-Box. Well. Sure. I'm gonna remove one of the Shade Splitters, maybe two of the Shade Splitters. I need to draw the Moon Rituals reliably, so I'm just gonna remove two Shade Splitters here. If there's ever a round where I don't draw, I mean, I'm drawing from Pyre. I have Pyre of Entropy draw, so the draw certainly favors me. But if I ever don't draw a Moon Ritual during a New Moon turn, I might die. Like, entirely. I'm gonna take this so that I can actually get some artifacts, because I have one artifact outside of my boss stuff. It's kind of weird. So yeah, this is gonna be a sideshow floor. Without Eternal, we don't have the really big options to scale this. Although, thinking back on it, this was always the wrong choice, because once Shadow Siege comes out of the box, I don't think we can replay the Jack anymore into the same floor. So we can actually never double that up. Shadow Siege has to be smidged before he goes into that box in order for you to do, like, any crazy combo with that. Well, we have our perils immediately. Plus, like, this, yada yada. I can cannibalize one of these guys to go a little harder. But I might want to just Mind Collapse. Actually, yeah, we'll Mind Collapse here at 4, because we get 2 back. Okay, this is funny. Sure, 7-unit limit. Yeah, we are jeweled up. Perils. Want to make sure I get that done before I do too much else. Want to make sure I get the Umberstone out. I feel like there are conditions where we leak a unit through the top floor if I don't get the Umberstone out. It also lets me get this collector. Yeah, I would have still, actually, I still would have collected everything because I have 3 attackers and they all have 1 health. So, whatever. There's our Silent Sentinel, Planetarium, Moon Cycle, Equalizing Rings, Perils, Guards, Morsels, Shade Splitter, more guys. We do get to scale Penumbra better for the second Heaven's Light, so that's cool. The rest of what we're doing is pretty whatever. got 211 double striking sweep. It could be argued for me to start perilsing here instead of on Penumbra. It's pretty 6-1. I'll take the meat shield for you. It's pretty cool. We go full moon, new moon, full moon. Feast doesn't matter. Perils. Morsel Jeweler. Feast matters on this one because we have Shroud Mitosis with us. Oh, actually, I was supposed to Shroud Mitosis. I was supposed to Shroud Mitosis Feast before I played more stuff on the floor. So the Feast doesn't matter this time because of play order, which is all on me. But I don't need to optimize that hard right now. This is a mind turn thingamajig. We can play these out. Mind Collapse for 6, and we get to play the Vengeful Shards because of the rebate. Well, Shadow Siege is getting killed here. He's very likely to be killed in the other rounds if he's the first one out of the box. We're generally going to hope that he's not the first thing to come out of the box. Trample doing work. Oh, whoops. I'm not supposed to play that on that floor. And it will make a difference because it might make our Pixies... It probably makes our Pixies die. And I think we might be winning on that floor. So let's take a look. We're not winning on that floor, but we're also on New Moon. So when I play this, cuts to Full Moon. Okay, still not winning. Now we're winning. So just play out my shards. We could also, like, cannibalize and go harder on our stuff here, but it's fine. I kind of figured we had enough scaling on the bottom floor to take it. Oh, we're getting a room capacity maximum thing there because we can't expand off of the hammer anymore. Let's see. It's never engine upgrade with the way I'm playing. It could be Ember Cache because it helps us draw through the deck for more bullshit scaling. I don't have interactions with Ember Cache right now, but I might find some. We don't have a Moon Cycle thing. Cosmic Bolt is actually pretty strong on our bottom car. That might help us kill one of the Titans faster. So I'll take it for that reason. Because we have really, really good access to Conduit down there. It's definitely the right-hand side. We get the Pyre Remains here, we get the Forgotten Boons, we can check the Merchant of Magic, we can get the double stack onto the Starstruck, which I do think is pretty cool here. I'm gonna check the artifacts before I reroll. Fae gain Conduit 1 and +5 attack on Moon Cycle. Are you kidding? Okay. Stardust Treat's also really strong. It's never Odie's Totem here. End of turn, if it's full moon, spells in hand gain +10 magic power. I only have like 1 or 2 spells that matter for that. Shade Lamp is probably good. Vola's Tuning Fork makes our Shade Splitters free. That's the only thing this does. So I'm going to check real quick on this. We can take plus 10 magic power on the Cosmic Bolt. Then I'm going to re-roll this. Spell Chain is going down on Starstruck. We could consume remove on the Umberstone, but I think that winds up turning it into clutter. We could also consume remove on Embercash, because Embercash is never clutter, it's always gas. Like to a weird, crazy extent. Yeah, that kind of makes our deck pop off in a really weird way. It becomes even like a little annoying to play, but it makes us probably like turbo consistent. I think this is the better move. Our middle floor does eventually collapse, and we have to be aware of that as we go. Also, like, Savagery Seraph is dangerous because he's goddamn Savagery Seraph, and that's all there is to it. So there are patterns where he might be able to kill us that we have to be very wary of. Even though we're multi-striking for like almost 150 damage right off the bat. Because we still need to block his initial attacks with morsels, first of all. Okay, we have Perils of Production that we can play immediately. We have Packed Morsels that I misplayed. It's okay. I was supposed to play more things before I played Packed Morsels there, but it's fine. Okay, no, I'm not going to let myself misplay that many things on turn 1, so I just realized, like, that I also screwed myself on Stardust Treats value. So let me get that first, so that we get the full 20 conduit. We get this out. We play a morsel of some kind, then we bring out the others. Play another morsel in front. Bring out the other morsels too. Okay. So where am I perilsing this fight? I think I might want to perils the Selene Acolyte to 250, so she one-shots Avowed Gladiators. And that'll remove the pressure from this floor once it's done. Shade Splitter into a Rebel Morsel. Yeah, we feed here for Penumbra. Actually Cosmic Bolt this to death, so we do that. And then we quick sweep the floor. The rest of this is fine. Ay. Like, I haven't had things to play around all like run, and then the moment I have something to play around, I do it wrong. This Planetarium, Silent Sentinel as the first summon of the round for Stardust Treats, Moon Ritual, and she's now at 252, so we kill everything. Savagery kills Shield Steward. We're fine with that. Shield Steward does not matter to us at all. Play these. Cannibalize the lesser one. We do all this. And Feast doesn't matter this round. Okay. We Moon Ritual. Nothing here is dying. Seraph still gets to attack. That's fine. We're scaling up here now. We play Morsel Maker, which incidentally gains some conduit. That's fine. We don't play the Moon Ritual. Everything else here is fine. Okay, we have damage shields here, so that's all good. Keep Moon Ritualing. I get his health back up to full. Shroud Mitosis, the attack one. Floor goes to the limit. Play those out. Perils. I can't get units in here, but we can bring in more stuff here. Bring in shields and health. Excavated Ember. Excavated Embers in Pyre of Entropy should mean that we can almost tutor whatever card we want out of the deck. Man, I'd love to Equalizing Rings this Shadow Eater, but it looks like he's doomed. So I guess we still do that play. That's funny. I don't have a Moon Cycle card in hand. Okay. Let's generate some energy, and we'll take a moment to think. Because it looks like the thing that's concerning us here is mostly this Sweeper, which we kill. This gives us more morsels. A lot of things give us morsels. Play the Umberstone. Play the Vengeful Shard too. Okay, I think we're doing another Starstruck here. Which causes him to die, just from regular attacks. Then I'm gonna Mind Collapse you. I can Mind Collapse him for 0 and it's still a kill. Do I need a Glittering Draught? Glittering Draught change anything? Doesn't change much, changes a little. Because it gives us more Mage Blade. Let me play the Shade Splitter, then Mind Collapse you. Then I can't block with a Morsel here. Don't have room. Rubble Morsel. Bring these out. Glittering Draught just because. Okay, quick multi-strike, even on a turn where we had New Moon, helped us out a bit. This is all taken care of. Awesome. Perils. Perils. Shards. Morsels. Perils. Morsels. Okay, I'm gonna dig for Feast. It's not Feast, but it sure is a Cosmic Bolt for 600 damage to the boss. Perils. Perils. Shard. Morsel. Morsel. Full Moon, New Moon, Full Moon. Looking good. Ember Cache goes in. There's no reason to feast here? No, that's a lie. Feasting now means we do more damage to the boss. By about 60. Final wave. I think we're almost certainly killing the boss on the bottom floor. I'd be surprised if that wasn't the case. Oh, it doesn't appear to be the case. Oh, we're on New Moon. That's really annoying. We're not even, like, killing... There's a few things we're not killing. That didn't fix the problem. The purpose of those excavated embers is to fix exactly this problem. We actually have room to feed the Shadow Siege if we want. Okay, we're losing all our units to this Chosen Assassin sweeping us, aren't we? Wow. I swear to God, if I wind up losing because I didn't pull Moon Ritual on the right turn. I'm going to be nonplussed. There's the Moon Ritual. I mean, obviously there was going to be a Moon Ritual in the next hand. Like, it basically could not be there. Couldn't not be there. So the Shadow Siege is getting at least one attack through its because of its damage shield 5. I'll take a Moon Writ there. I'm pretty sure the answer is just to maximize Penumbra. There's probably no world where there's a different answer. I should be happy that the Shadow Siege can get 1 kill off. Okay, we're winning. Jeez. That was, like, unnecessarily worrisome, I think. Moonrit. Moonrit. Vengeful. Vengeful. Shroud Mitosis. 120 damage. Put it there. Okay. Ay-yi-yi. We still had to hit the boss 4 times, so we didn't get to do the work with our bottom floor. On to Titans. Hey. It's funny, this is a strong run, but it's like far from the strongest run I've had. There are a lot of things that can go wrong. I'm really uneasy about the Selene Acolyte as a unit. So even with all the work we've put into the Selene Acolyte, it can still fail us. Because we don't have a Moon Priestess in this build. I was keeping an eye out for a Moon Priestess, and it was never offered. Both the Jack-in-the-Box and Penumbra need to be shielded for the first turn, but it's not too difficult for us to do. In theory. We didn't draw any morsel producers. And I can't daze entropy. Okay. So... I guess this is what I get for, like, dropping 2 Shade Splitters. But, like, holy shit. Like, I could cannibalize the Jack-in-the-Box and play the game, but... So, even if I had, like, cannibalize, I can still get through. If I hit Packed Morsel, Morsel Maker, Shade Splitter, how many cards are a hit in the current draw pile? 2, 3, 4... 5. I could cannibalize a Moon Pixie if I had cannibalize. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll just say if we had cannibalize, we would make it work. I guess 5 hits in a draw pile of 40 is not good enough, eh? Fucking goddamn it. No, actually, no, it's more than that, because I could play these other units to block. So 6, 7, 8. There are 8 hits to keep Penumbra alive. I mean, the answer here is we play the Silent Sentinel over here. And I'm going to have to cannibalize him on a later turn so that Penumbra can eat. Because Penumbra can't eat while the Silent Sentinel's here. Wow. Starstruck you to cut the damage. Perils you because you're going to die. That lets me play a bunch of nonsense. He's Starstruck here to start messing up his spell shield and put the daze on him. He's not immune to daze, and I don't really need to worry about playing, I don't really need to worry about playing the, spell that hurts him immediately. Okay, so we don't get our Shadow Siege thing. That's fine. The Shadow Siege thing is a goof. Moonrit. We're not dying here. Okay. I really wanted this guy to be on the bottom floor. It's really where he's supposed to be. I'm eating him. Bit of energy shortage here. So that just is what it is. Gotta move on. She really needs a tank, too. Alright, well, she's eating morsels now. The number needs a blocker. 1 blocker does it, right? No? 2 blockers? Right, Savagery tramples, so these don't help. How are you dying? I guess the Savagery trample's too much for him because he hasn't had a chance to scale. I'm about to crash out. I'm so mad. I should not have to lose this run. There is no number of blockers that fixes this problem. Okay, okay, finally. I know Entupper Morsel has 9 health, but it's like, I need to save, I need the Selene Acolyte alive. It doesn't matter, like, Penumbra actually matters less than the Acolyte. It's like, without a sweeper, I don't live. Like, I definitely do not survive the run without a sweeper. This Entupper Morsel I can't move up either because it's conjured by the Morsel Maker. I can't conceive of another way to do this. Okay, so on the top floor, the Morsel Maker is feeding itself, and that's what it's going to have to be. I can't replace this equipment. I'm just dead. I'm just so dead. Alright, I'm going to try the battle again, and we're going to use the box to block for Penumbra on the top floor. Inane. What a stupid scenario I have to play around. Friggin' 0 morsel generation on turn 1. Double Starstruck you. Heralds this. Moon Pixie. Let me see. What do I need to do? Just need to block that. I have no other energy generation here, but we do this. So what else do we want to bring out most? If I think I need to Shroud Mitosis on the Rubble Morsel so that Penumbra scales enough to live next round. Yeah, I think that's the most important thing to do here. We could also cannibalize this for the same purpose, but it's like whichever one of those things we do, that's what's important to happen. I don't think I Equalizing Rings here because I think he's going to need the Meat Shield in the long term. Actually, Savagery's still dazed up here as well. So being able to change my first turn play to daze him more, that is a much better first turn play to hit him with the double daze. Moon Writ, full moon, we're living, fine, cool, all right. This floor is also living with a lot less concern. So I can just give him feed from over here. That's fine. This. Firelight, Umbra Stone. The Mind Collapse is pretty much whatever. Like, wherever I want to play this is fine. Just play it up there for the 2 energy. I'm going to take the 6 damage. That's fine. We're stable now and we should win, but I'm annoyed. Look at this. Fucking Pyre of Entropy, man. Thankfully, like, so this is another turn where I'm stuck on New Moon, but thankfully I'm able to get by. Like, having the extra Curses of Entropy in the deck are actually messing up a lot of my draws, even when I'm on 10 cards per turn. Our Holdover Perils wound up in the last chunk, So it's made my, it's given me some energy concerns for getting all of my deployment bullshit done. Need to heal you, but that's fine. We have an incanter here, so we're perilsing up here. Give you the meat shield. Firelight, Shade Splitter, Morsel. As his scaling gets more consistent once he can get his Morsel Maker buddy out. Just haven't been able to do that. Cosmic Bolt does the most damage here, but we don't want to play that while there's a Chosen Ardent, I think. Actually, no, we're killing them on the double strike sweep so they can get attack damage. It's fine. Take 600. Okay. Here we go. We get our other Moon Pixie out with the bonus conduit. We get our Morsel Maker out. We're stuck on New Moon. Excavated Embers did not bail us out, but if there's a threat here, we could Cosmic Bolt the Sniper. Let's probably Cosmic Bolt the Sniper. Saves us on damage. Get spare morsels from the Shade Lamp. So now the scaling is secure on our big guy. Okay. Looks like Silent Sentinel might be getting dropped here unless we put some stuff in front of him. No, I mean, Savagery just chops through it, right? So if Silent Sentinel's dying here, he's just dying. Shroud Mitosis this for more damage. Arrows here for more damage. Firelight. Vengeful. Shade Splitter. It is currently one of Savagery's attacks that's killing the Silent Sentinel, right? No, he's got Titan Skin. I'm doing the math wrong. So this is 63, which cuts down to like 32. So we got like 32 plus 10. It's like 40 something. And then he takes another 20 at the end from the corruption, and that's what gets him. I don't think he gets to eat before the corruption hurts him. But this can block, like, some damage from Savagery? I don't think it's enough. Oh, hey, that works. Cool. I won't argue with it then. I guess there's no real target for equalizing rings this fight. So we'll just do that. Mind Collapse one of your spell shields off for a little bit more health. Oof. And then this turn he can refill his health again. No incanters here. We go to New Moon. We've got the sweep. Shards. Excavated Ember. We've actually got Starstruck again, which we'll gladly do to you. He's got another Daze 4 on him. Let's do this. Feast isn't doing anything here. Feast was probably a bad pick. Most of the turns where I have Feast, I'm just not able to get any value. Let's see. Of the cards I have in the deck, I think the Feast and the Cosmic Ray are probably the least valuable participants. Oh yeah, I'm only now getting my Planetarium. That's funny. It's like we can make Planetarium kind of giga scale too, because we can play morsels into it. Oh, we need to be on full moon. Oh wait, because this is conditional sweep, I think it's actually suppressed by silence. Because if we were sweeping, we'd definitely be killing the Scarred Sentinel, but we're not. We're also not hurting Entropy. So yeah, another knock against the Selene Acolyte. It actually gets his effect shut off by Heralds. unlike, you know, a proper sweep unit. But, I mean, it is turned out to be good enough for this run, but it's still a very uncomfortable unit for me to use. Entumbra, Morsel Miner, Glittering Draught, full heal. Okay, so the Glittering Draught turned out to get some work done. Cannibalize you. Excavator. So let's see. I think I'm actually comfortable being on New Moon because it guarantees a full moon for next round. And I don't need to sweep this round. And let's see if I needed that. Do I have any... Okay, I do have Moon Ritz this turn, so I didn't necessarily need to set up that guarantee. Play these. The Trample can't be suppressed. Vengeful, Vengeful. No Incanters. We'll go New Moon, Full Moon. Ember Cash, Shade Splitter. This up here, Pyrelight. Savagery should get killed on his on this floor. So we should win at wave 12. Little slow, but we got it. We're actually like kind of just barely able to live up through 12. Just want to play these shards. Yeah, because this is another turn where I'm not on the right moon type and I would get swept. Okay. That suddenly became very worrisome. Like, I knew I had... I was confident I had the gas, and that initial draw really flummoxed me. Okay. It's actually our first Umbra win. And that is win number 57.